and good morning, everybody. This is like the second time that I'm filming this intro because I had some stuff to do. And look, my coffee's like already almost gone. So today we are going to talk about planning. I'm only going to talk about my planning for being a special education teacher. That is actually my group chat for the other teachers that I work with, because I was going to try to include everything, but this video is going to be way too long if I do that. So I'll sequence it up and talk about how I plan my classes for VIP Kid and how I plan my classes for dance as far as choreography and reviewing and prepping for competition and or performance, all that fun stuff. So I'm going to share my screen that I have here on my laptop. I've already filled everything in for what I have planned for this week. This is a shorter week, and I kind of want to explain why my schedule is the way that it is. We are a level 4 or a setting 4 therapeutic classroom. So we are all there are myself and 2 other teachers and our mental health practitioner, and we have 4 paraprofessionals that are in our space with us, and we have about 10 kids. So instead of the kids switching from classrooms, we change classrooms as teachers. So I will teach in my room for like half the day, and then another teacher will come in and we'll just like bump back and forth to keep the kids from moving around too much and stuff like that. They have everything they need in one place. They don't have to bring backpacks, pens, pencils, papers, none of that. We have everything that we need in our classrooms. So I teach reading and social studies and elective, and I'm going to show y'all what my schedule looks like. We also have like a study hall period that's on here as well. But my schedule is even more unique because we have a mixture of levels kind of built into our program, because we pull from several different districts to meet in our facility. So it's kind of interesting, but my reading is all the same level, so the kids that are in there are technically all on the same level. My social studies is broken up into 2. I have younger kids that are 6th and 7th graders, and then I have the older-ish kids that are 8th grade and up. So one of those classes is just a younger one, and then the other 4 are technically the same level. So I teach the same thing twice for reading and social studies for one level and then something different for the other. I hope that made sense. So this template that I'm going to be showing y'all, I actually got from, I believe someone showed it on YouTube whenever I was like getting ideas for how I'm going to prep my classes and stuff, because I'm a very new teacher. But I can't remember whose video it was. I'm so sorry. So I'm going to link the Teachers Pay Teachers website from where I got this template. And I hope that is sufficient, because I cannot remember what video it was that I saw that suggested it. And I do know that there are a lot of teachers that like to plan on pen and paper, and I like to do that also for like my personal life and like for meetings and things like that. But specifically for lesson planning, I prefer doing it on the computer, because I embed a lot of links, because everything we do in class is very interactive in order to keep the kids' attention, and it's just what we have found works better as far as their learning. I hope that made sense. So I'm going to show you guys really quickly what it looks like and how I embed my links and all of that fun stuff. So I'm going to share my screen really quickly. Got this from teachers.com, and like I said, I'll leave the link down below. So this is the week of the 24th, which is this coming week, and it is a shorter week because we have the field trip and in-service and all that fun stuff. And so as you can see, my first 2 classes are the same. I have my prep hour in between here, and then from, I can't remember, I think it's in between here, right in between here. So right before lunch, there is a study hall. So I'll have social, then we'll have study hall so the kids can catch up on stuff. And then right after lunch, which is from 12:05 to 12:35, we have our lunch, and then from 12:35 to 1:20, we have our other social class, which is the same as this one. And then this is my younger kids social studies class, and then we have elective. So for reading, I like to input like our reading at the beginning of the week. Obviously, I'm just one of those people that likes to start fresh every single week. Or if I'm going to start something new, I like to be able to start at the beginning of the week. So we are starting Story of the Hour. We just finished Harrison Bergeron. We're doing a short story series right now. So we have our reading here, and with our reading, I like to go ahead and get them talking about it. A lot of the times, the endings of these short stories are very shocking, and I like to kind of gauge what they're thinking, and we like to all talk about it. It's really fun because the kids think so differently. And then we have a video, or not a video, a project that's on here. So in the midst of reading the stories, we go over different literary elements. So my reasoning behind wanting to use a virtual planning system is because I use a smartboard all the time. So this link that is here, this is a website that I signed up for, and it is a storyboard creator. So this gives the kids a chance to get up and move around and actually interact. And as you can see here, it has all the different literary elements for a plot. So exposition, conflict, rising action, climax, falling action, resolution. And then they are able to like add things on here and stuff, and they can edit it and change the color. So kind of like they're creating their own story. And then of course you would click to add the description, and they can themselves fill it in to kind of retell the story from their perspective, and then we all talk about it. So that is why I like to use a virtual planning system versus a typical planning notebook. Even though I love planning notebooks, this is just easier for me. And then when we jump over to social studies, I also have another resource that's on here. I'm sorry, I had so much coffee. My voice is like, bleh. I have another resource that I found one day when I was just surfing around looking for different social studies resources after I looked over curriculum. And then this one is called Geothentic. If you are a geography or a social studies teacher, I really recommend this website. It's pretty cool. It's relatively new, but what's cool about it, it has different modules on here. So you can use it for science as well. And right now we are using, I'm not going to log in. I was hoping it was going to take so I could show it to you. But it has the different things that are on here. So like different modules, and it tells you the pedagogy behind everything. It's really stinking cool. And right now we are doing population density, and we are also working on they build a map, or like you can create kind of an adventure on here to talk about different ways of mapping and how to use latitude and longitude and all that fun stuff. So that is why I like to use links and things like that to keep on here. And it is the same for the first 2 hours for reading, next 2 hours for social studies, and then my last social studies hour is different. We're working on colonization right now. There's actually a project that we're working on. So on Monday, we will iron out all the details for what we want to put on our big colonization board. Then on Tuesday, we will complete the colonization board. And on Wednesday, I'll let them watch Liberty Kids. Liberty Kids is kind of like I think it's from PBS. I can't remember. But it is a cartoon that is based back in the colonial days, and it goes throughout history. It's pretty cool. So I'll have them do that for Wednesday, and then we stop and we talk about it, and we talk about how things were different back then and stuff like that. Just a lot of interaction and a lot of discussion. And then for elective, I have Spanish for the first half, and then we go into the gym for Phi-Ed. So we're just doing very exploratory Spanish. So just colors and numbers, and then we will do trivia or Kahoot. If you don't use Kahoot, I don't know what you're doing with your life, because I love Kahoot. The kids just make me laugh whenever they're playing. They get so competitive. So that is what I use for my planning. So like I said, our classroom is very unique. Our program is very unique. We are a very close-knit little family, as our mental health practitioner likes to call us. We're a fam bam. We provide pretty much everything for the kids. So like if they didn't have breakfast or lunch or something, we have a stove that's in there, so we're able to let them heat things up and stuff like that. We have fun Fridays to where we watch movies, and then we'll do activities and do kind of like real life connection to the movie and things like that. I'm so blessed to have found the program that I found, because I feel like I'm making such a difference in these kids' lives. They all have different types of behavioral or mental disabilities, and a lot of them have a lot of trauma. And I like to be able to kind of feel like I'm some kind of constant for them, because a lot of the kids don't have constants in their lives. So that is how I plan my week. Sometimes I'll do 2 weeks in advance, but I usually like to just do it a week at a time because things change in our program very often. So having things set in stone honestly sets me up for disappointment because sometimes things don't work out the way that I want them to, and I have to change my lesson plan like on the spot. So this is just how I keep like a concrete version of everything. And then on the bottom, I'll add notes. So if that specific day we didn't get to finish something, on the bottom I'll put in notes what we didn't get to finish so I can pick it up for the next day. Or if I need to kind of like reevaluate what we're doing because it's not really resonating with the kids and stuff like that. So yeah, that is how I plan my week as a special education teacher. I like to do it at home in front of my window, looking out into my nice snowy backyard, drinking coffee, because there's a lot of different elements that goes into it because it is such a it's just an interesting and very unique program. So yeah, the link for this template, I'll call her. Jace wants me to call my mom. So the links for Teachers Pay Teachers and for this template will be down below if you're interested in using it. I believe it comes with like 4 different ones. This is just the one that I've been sticking to. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions about how I can better plan or what you do to plan your week, please let me know. And if you're interested in how I plan my week for my dance classes and for my VIP kid classes, let your girl know. Give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for the continued love and support. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!